Let me take you where I'm going to be sitting. This is not easy. Go down. And then one more. Hold on. And then one more. And then one more. And then come this way. See, the ceiling is so low. And I go down because that's very bright, of course. Because, by the way, in Barcelona right now we've got, I don't know, it must be 18 degrees. Crazy. So, hello everybody, and we are at the Camp Nou, of course, waiting for the start of Barcelona ATLETICO MADRID. What a game! And a game that I think would be similar in a way to the first leg when it was played at the Wanda Metropolitano. At that time, it was the first visit of Barcelona to Madrid after the 1st of October and the failed referendum, or the referendum. What we saw was two different halves and a 1-1 result that kind of suited everybody. Atletico Madrid did not want to lose because they would have got 9 points away from Barcelona, and Barcelona under Valverde 7 consecutive victories. It was a time for them to check if they were in the right track, especially playing with an extra midfielder, which has been one of the themes of this season. So it was 1-1, everybody got happy. Now a draw is what I see happening here, and we'll explain why in a minute, but I think it benefits that draw Atletico Madrid actually. This Atletico Madrid have got 8 consecutive victories, that with Costa they've gone to get 25 points out of 27, and Griezmann has become outstanding. The team is playing very well, and again we're going to detail in a minute, but a draw here at the Camp Nou reinforces the idea that they are able, with that will be 11 games left, to actually get the league. It is possible. As Simeone says, it looked impossible, but they made it not impossible. So why am I saying that? Because Barcelona actually come from a month of 4 draws, 4 victories and doubts. This Barcelona, it's punching above their weight in a way, because they're actually obviously in the cup final. They are with a good opportunity of beating Chelsea. We'll see what happens at the Camp Nou. At the top of the league, 5 points away from Atletico Madrid. And you look at the first 11 and you think 10 very good players, and one that we're still not sure. We haven't seen the best Coutinho. Paulinho had his moment. Denis Suarez is completely out. Paco Alcácer doesn't make a difference, or not often enough, and Dembélé is still not there either. So from the bench, not a lot coming, and generally it's all down to the goals, especially in 2018 from Luis Suarez and from Messi. They've scored, if I'm not mistaken, out of the 12 goals in the last month, they've scored 8 of those, and they've been involved in most of the goals, either in assists or scoring them. So this is not the best Barcelona, in my eyes, the worst Barcelona in terms of quality in the last decade, but they're still competing, and that's a lot down to Valverde and what he's done with the side, a team that quite certainly is making the most of what he has. Adding a midfielder hasn't become a philosophical debate in Barcelona. Everybody has agreed that this is a good idea, and I think we'll see the same today. Valverde has given the realms, the leadership to Messi on and off the pitch, and that has meant that Messi decides where he plays, and when teams defend very deeply and I think very compact, they're going to allow Barcelona to have the wide areas because there's not much danger coming from there. Barcelona haven't got much depth. Then Messi will try to get more and more involved, go deeper and deeper, would perhaps isolate him from Luis Suarez. Meanwhile, Atletico Madrid, on good form, have got the ability of actually counter-attacking, and considering that the full-backs of Barcelona will have to attack to give width to Barcelona, that's where you will find in wide areas Griezmann and Costa waiting for the ball. It would be better if instead of just direct balls to them, that actually goes through Koke or through Saul before getting to those two. So it'll be a fascinating tactical encounter of a team that want to attack the spaces and another team that will want to create the spaces. Atletico Madrid will attack the spaces like madmen when they have the ball, and Barcelona will try to create it, moving the ball around. I just think that they don't have enough in wide areas to open up the defense of Atletico Madrid. A draw is what it looks to me, what this could be, with 2 of the best defenses in La Liga, 11 goals conceded Atletico Madrid, and 13 Ter Stegen. Both of them, both goalkeepers were present. Blackmore, classical goalkeeper. Ter Stegen, absolutely crucial to the build-up of Barcelona. They're telling everybody that there's a big game today. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. So that's what I'm seeing, and these little details that will be fantastic. If you watch the game, keep an eye on those long balls that Atletico Madrid will play to Saúl, especially when they start the build-up to Saúl, who will be with Alba, and that has been used before, because obviously Saúl big guy, Alba not so big. And second ball is what Atletico Madrid will try to get out of it. They will try to get petrol out of that situation. The links of Messi with Alba. Alba has given 7 goals to Messi, and Messi's given 3 goals to Alba. Absolutely crucial, but has disappeared a little bit because Alba wasn't in the team, or because teams are very aware of it and they close down that space. And of course, the link between Luis Suarez and Messi, absolutely crucial. But we'll see where Rakitic starts. If he's next to Busquets, you'll see a Messi dropping deeper. And again, as I was saying, with Luis Suarez isolated, Atletico Madrid will try to be compact, of course, but then Messi goes and does something like this, and then that's the end of that. Fascinating game. Good to see that Koke is racing his game. Koke finding Costa and Griezmann in counter-attacks. An Atletico Madrid that has found Koke, so the ball goes through him a little bit more. You'll see that a lot. He will be on the left-hand side of a midfield of 4 with I'm guessing, because I haven't seen the lineup yet, but Gavi, Thomas, who's been also as a number 4 in front of the defence, very solid. He played only 10 games last season, started 10 games, now he's trebled that already this season, all competitions. So the midfield is sorted for Atletico Madrid, and they know what they have to do. A competitive Atletico Madrid on form against Barcelona with doubts. Sounds to me like a draw, but we will see. Enjoy it.